Hello everyone, my name is WEI WEI. I'm going to present my topic today, which is under Chapter 2, the economic problems with the subtopic of Production Possibility Frontier, PPF, it also known as Production Possibility Curve, PPC. What is PPF? The PPF is a fundamental concept in microeconomics that illustrates the maximum possible combination of two goods or services that an economy can produce given its resources and technology. The PPF assumes that resources are fixed and that there is a trade-off between producing the two goods. Any point on the PPF represents an efficient allocation of resources because it uses all available resources to produce goods. While any point inside the PPF represents an inefficient allocation of resources because some resources are not being used to produce goods. However, any point outside the PPF is impossible to produce with the current resources. There are three concepts that the PPF illustrates: scarcity, choices, and opportunity cost. Scarcity is represented in the PPF by the limited resources and technology available to produce goods. The PPF assumes that resources are finite and that producing more of one good requires sacrificing some of the productions of another good. This scarcity means that society cannot produce an unlimited amount of all goods and must make choices about which goods to produce. Choices are represented in the PPF by the points on the frontier. Each point on the PPF represents a combination of two goods that can be produced with the available resources and technology. Choosing to produce one good means sacrificing the production of another good. Therefore, the PPF shows the choices society must make between two goods. The concept of opportunity cost is represented when an economy decides to produce more of one good at the expense of producing less of the other good. The opportunity cost of producing one good is the value of the next best alternative that must be given up to produce that good. In other words, it is the cost of foregoing the production of the second good in order to produce more of the first good. How the opportunity cost and PPF can make better life choices. For example, company next door can produce either milk or Milo. If the next door decides to produce more milk, it must give up the opportunity to produce more Milo. The opportunity cost of producing more milk is the amount of Milo that could have been produced instead. This opportunity cost can be measured in terms of the amount of milk that must be given out for each unit of Milo produced, or the amount of Milo that must be given out for each unit of milk produced. The PPF can help illustrate the concept of opportunity cost by showing the trade-off between producing milk and producing Milo. The slope of PPF represents the opportunity cost of producing one good in terms of the other. If the slope is steep, then the opportunity cost of producing one good is high, meaning that a large amount of the other good must be given out to produce one unit of the first good. If the slope is shallow, then the opportunity cost of producing one good is low, meaning that a small amount of the other good must be given out to produce one unit of the first good. In summary, the production possibility frontier and the concept of opportunity cost are closely related. The concept of opportunity cost measures the value of the next best alternative that must be given out in order to produce one good at the expense of another. By understanding these concepts, economists can make predictions about how an economy will respond to changes in resource availability or technology and can make recommendations for how to use resources most efficiently.